All right, another 20-pound box of wood. I'm excited. Okay, some small stuff to start with, I guess. Wow, this is some really small stuff. What? None of it's labeled. Where the hell's the big stuff at? What in the world? Hold on. Well, this is not exactly what I expected. This was not the same company that sent me the last box. If you remember, we opened a box a while back. I found out that the seller of that was from a company called Woodever. Very funny. This is, this company used the exact same image on Amazon, the exact same description, but this was sold by a company called CT Power Tools. This is not what I expected. Not a single one of these pieces of wood is labeled. I can only imagine that I have a stack of small pieces of zebra wood, purple heart, and padauk. A couple of thin pieces of whatever the heck this is. I'm not sure what I could do with this, to be honest with you. The box has been kind of sitting in the corner waiting to be opened to surprise everybody, including myself. There's not a single piece in here that's over an inch in thickness. So the only thing I could think of to do here, I can't return it. It's been too long. So here's our opportunity to do some lamination. So, you know what? Maybe we'll do some laminate. We'll laminate a couple of pieces together. We got some zebra wood, some purple heart, some padauk. Maybe continue stacking it like that until we get cut it off and get a big stack of it. That's about the only thing I could think of. So that, let's cut this off. We'll make a bowl out of that, cut at angles, and then it creates a circle. It wouldn't be this big. I think I finally figured it out how we're going to make this happen. We're going to make a segmented bowl. Now, segmented bowls usually or typically are made out of segments that are joined to make a donut shape, if you will. And there's multiple pieces of these donuts that you then stack the donuts on top of each other to make up the height of the bowl. In this particular case, we don't have enough segments to really cut enough material. There's going to be too much waste, and I calculated out on the pieces that I do have, the height of the bowl is only going to be about 2.5 inches at best. However, if I took 4 pieces of generally the same size stock of zebra wood, and this 2 pieces of padauk, and get 4 slices out of this, kind of matching this one, I can make a segment, but the segment is going to be the whole length. So I'll make my little trapezoid angle here. As an example, we'll stack this, kind of look like this, and then padauk on either side. It'll be padauk, zebra wood, padauk, all the way around. So put them on the planer, get them the same size, cut the angles on them, and glue them up. Well, she was turning around. I mean, it was getting there, getting the flats down. I turned the speed up, and unfortunately, because of the fact that we're thin and thick walled, it was a little unbalanced. It started to wobble, and before I could do anything, it flew off the lathe and cracked it right open. So this might be a blessing in disguise, because I want to make some changes anyway. There's no way I was going to get down in there to level this out all the way down anyway. So I have a plan. First thing first, glue this up, and then off to the bandsaw. Well, epic fail, that's for sure. There's no point in continuing if I can't understand what's going on here. I cut another piece off and it disintegrated pretty much in my hand. It's almost like the glue, it's weird. It's like, it's breaking, but that's a good solid bond right there. There's no gaps, there's nothing in there. And it's pretty, actually this piece is pretty tight. But the rest of them were just falling apart. You can see, even the Paduk stayed behind on this one. I don't know if it's the wood that's brittle. Maybe the wood's brittle. I don't know. It's weird. I don't mind failing if I understand what caused the failure and I can learn from my mistakes, but in this particular case, I'm not sure what it is. It could be a cascade of things happening. It wasn't a catch that caused this to break or caused it to start coming off the chuck. The last catch, I mean, it started to wobble and it created a catch that threw it off. That I get, but why is it starting to come off is a question. And why is the glue really not setting correctly? Not sure. Maybe I gotta do a combination of resin and lamination. I don't know. I'd really like to learn from this mistake that I have here, whatever that mistake might be. So, if you know what's going on and if you think you know why this is happening, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, epic failure. Thanks for giving me a turn on your screen. And we're going to turn another project next week and see if it's the tool that's causing it to come apart. Let's find out. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.